Alex loved stories. He loved stories about dragons and knights, about fairies and goblins, but most of all, he loved stories about the Island of Dreams. This island, he heard, was a magical place. It was an island where dreams whispered on the wind came true. One day, Alex found an old dusty book in the attic. It had a worn cover and smelled like adventures. As he opened it, a gust of wind blew through the room, carrying with it a whisper of the Island of Dreams. The book had a map to the magical island. Alex's heart pounded with excitement. He knew what he had to do. He was going on an adventure. He packed his backpack with all the essentials: his favorite book of fairy tales, a compass, a magnifying glass, and a bag of cookies for snacking. He snuck out of his window with the map clutched tightly in his hand. He raced towards the harbor, a big grin on his face. The sea breeze seemed to whisper, "Island of Dreams, Island of Dreams." He knew he was on the right track. The little sailboat bobbed gently in the water, waiting for him. It was old but sturdy, with a sail patched with colorful fabrics. Alex climbed aboard, feeling like a brave explorer setting off to discover a new world. He untied the rope, took a deep breath, and sailed away, leaving behind the familiar harbor and his ordinary life. He was sailing towards the whispers, towards the magic, towards the Island of Dreams. The sun shone brightly, painting the water a sparkling blue. The wind, like a playful puppy, pushed the little boat across the waves. Alex held the map, tracing the lines with his finger. He imagined the wonders that awaited him on the Island of Dreams. As he sailed, colorful fish leaped out of the water, their scales shimmering like jewels. A giant sea turtle poked its head out, winking at Alex before disappearing back into the depths. The journey was just as magical as the destination. Hours turned into a day, and the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple. Alex, tired but excited, saw an island in the distance. It was even more beautiful than he had imagined. Lush green hills were dotted with trees bearing fruits of every color. Sparkling waterfalls cascaded down the slopes, and a rainbow arched over the island like a magical bridge. The Island of Dreams. As he got closer, he heard the melody of music. It was soft and sweet, like the sound of 100 wind chimes dancing in the breeze. This magical music seemed to welcome him, inviting him to explore its secrets. His heart beat faster with each wave that brought him closer to the shore. He was ready for an adventure he would never forget. The moment Alex stepped onto the shore, he knew he was in a place unlike any other. Flowers and colors he had never seen before swayed in the breeze, their petals like stained glass windows catching the light. The air hummed with a sweet fragrance, a mixture of 1,000 blooming flowers and ripe, juicy fruits. Butterflies with wings as big as his hand fluttered around him, their wings painted in dazzling patterns. Tiny, giggling fairies peeked at him from behind giant mushrooms, their laughter like the tinkling of bells. Alex laughed, his heart filled with wonder. The Island of Dreams was even more magical than he could have ever imagined. He ventured deeper into the island, following a path lined with glowing seashells. He saw trees laden with fruits that shimmered like jewels. He tasted a fruit that tasted like sunshine, and another that tasted like the moon. Everything on this island was magical, a feast for the senses. As he walked, he heard the sound of giggling. He peeked through a bush and saw a group of animals playing. There were fluffy bunnies with wings, squirrels chasing their tails that sparkled with rainbow colors, and a little deer with a coat of moss and flowers. They were all playing together, their laughter echoing through the forest. This island was a place of pure joy and wonder. As Alex reached the other side of the island, he saw a beach more beautiful than any he could have dreamt of. The sand shimmered like gold dust, and the water was 1,000 shades of blue, from the palest aqua to the deepest sapphire. But what caught his eye was a group of dolphins playing in the surf. One dolphin, bigger than the others, swam towards him. It had scales that shimmered like rainbows, and its eyes were as wise as the old sea. The dolphin spoke, its voice like the gentle lapping of waves. "Welcome, Alex, to the Island of Dreams. We've been waiting for you." Alex spent the rest of the day playing with the dolphins. They let him ride on their backs, soaring through the waves and feeling the spray of the ocean on his face. He learned their language, a language of clicks and whistles and songs sung beneath the waves. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the beach, The dolphins gathered around Alex. They sang him songs of the ocean, of the stars, and of the dreams that whispered on the wind. Alex closed his eyes, feeling the warmth of the setting sun on his skin, the sand between his toes, and the magic of the island filling his heart. He knew he would never forget this day, this island, this magic. As the moon replaced the sun, casting its silvery glow upon the island, the dolphins swam away, leaving Alex on the shore. He looked up at the night sky, a canvas of twinkling stars more brilliant than he had ever seen before. He felt a sense of peace wash over him, a feeling of being exactly where he was supposed to be. He remembered the legend of the Island of Dreams. It was said that if you made a wish under the starry sky, your wish would come true. Alex closed his eyes and whispered his deepest desire, a wish for a world filled with as much wonder and magic as he had found on this island. He opened his eyes, feeling the warmth of the starlight on his face. He knew deep in his heart that his wish would find its way. He felt a connection to the island, to the animals, to the stars, and to the very essence of magic itself. As he made his way back to the soft bed of moss he had found earlier, he realized something. The magic wasn't just in the talking animals or the colorful flowers. The real magic was in his heart, in his ability to believe in dreams and in the power of imagination. And that was a magic he could carry with him wherever he went. When Alex woke up, the first rays of the sun were painting the sky with hues of pink and gold. He was back in his room, the familiar sights and sounds surrounding him. For a moment he wondered if it had all been a dream, a figment of his imagination. He sat up and saw something on his pillow. It was a seashell, the most beautiful seashell he had ever seen. It was pearly white with swirls of pink and blue, and it shimmered as if it held the light of 1,000 stars. He recognized it instantly. It was a piece of the Island of Dreams, a tangible reminder of his magical adventure. He held the seashell close to his ear and thought he could hear the faint echo of the waves, the whisper of the wind, and the distant laughter of the dolphins. He smiled. The Island of Dreams might be out of sight, but it would forever be in his heart. From that day on, Alex carried the seashell everywhere he went. It was a reminder that dreams, no matter how impossible they may seem, can come true. All it took was a little bit of belief, a touch of magic, and a heart open to wonder.